She was a fairy.
The purring. I'm like, can we get that? Oh.
What do you have to say? Yeah.
She likes that. Welcome to the Untitled Podcast. Hope you're doing well.
I'm Ayla.
I'm Kyra. This is Fate.
Yes.
We're here to chat about why.
This is a podcast where we talk about art and art-related things.
We are long-term friends, so we talk a lot.
We both went to Mass Art for animation.
Yeah.
That's our credentials, and we graduated, so take that.
Credentialed.
Yeah. Official.
I mean, it was a rocky road. Let's be real. For some of us, there was academic probation involved. Yes.
It was rocky. I mean, I had my own struggles.
Yeah. We'll probably talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah. Hey, fartsy artists. Heartsy, fartsy, butt faces.
I hope you loved being called that.
I think they did.
Yeah. Butts and brains.
All butts, all brains. Thick in the butt and the brain.
This episode title, Butts, Brains, Bisexuals.
And if you're not any of those things, that's okay too. I hope that gets picked up.
If you're not watching the video pod, you gotta get on this, because our co-star Fate is doing belly time.
She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Some people try to keep their cats out of videos, and I'm always like, why?
Yeah, this is...
Why?
This can't be beat. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah, so the subject of this episode is about why we make art and what we want to make for art and what we enjoy in different art and why. Why?
Why?
Why? Why?
Why?
So, me. My handle is organicayla, AYLA. And yeah, so YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. I forgot I'm making YouTube videos now. This is all happening. We're really putting in effort. This is a new thing that we're doing. New year, new we. This is what happened last year when I was getting married, and this is a whole different... I'm getting married to productivity this year.
Love that. Okay.
Okay. Things that I'm working on myself. Currently working on a story called Supernova, which is about magical people fighting monsters and the government. I'm going to make a semi-animated series on YouTube about it, but it's a long time coming, I would say. I have to do a lot more work before that comes. And I think that's my only personal project right now, other than just making content, making random art.
All right. I'm Kyra. You can find me at Lord_Kyra on TikTok, Instagram, Kyra, Kyra, Lorden, Lorden, at YouTube. And I think I privated my Tumblr, actually, when they took it all away from us. And by that, I mean porn.
Yes.
What am I working on by myself? I mean, I'm always kicking around some short film ideas. There's a book that's been percolating in there for a while.
Same.
TBD. Yeah. Currently, we're both trying to get our social medias up and running. So that's been quite the endeavor. I'm trying to do a 30-day drawing challenge. We'll see how that goes. Did I miss day 2 already? Who's to say? But yeah, I'm really excited for the new year. I think the pod is going to be really exciting for us. I feel like we spend a lot of time talking about our artistic endeavors. So it'll be nice to have a format for it. And oh my gosh, goodbye to Fate. There were seagulls outside. In case you can't tell, we're in lovely Massachusetts. We are both Boston babes, Mass Art alumni. And yeah, I would say the ocean is definitely a super big part of our art and stuff. So I don't know what else I'm working on by myself, really, to be honest. Putting our effort into what we're doing together right now. So I think we should talk about that.
Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say like Walloo.
Oh yeah.
Name drop.
Anyways, we have been attempting this for a while. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Walloo Studio.
That's sort of a reference to both of our nicknames. We've known each other for like a long time. I feel like maybe we should get into that a little bit. We've been friends for like
12 years?
Yeah, I think 12 years now.
Because I think I was 17.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
We were in psychology class together.
And sociology.
So what a fun start.
I know. It makes sense that we would end up on here wanting to talk and talk and talk, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we were honestly like friends pretty fast from that.
Yeah. And then after that, hold on, this is falling off.
Oh no.
Thanks, fate. This is why.
This is why no cats on the pod.
Some people try to keep their cats out of videos, and I'm always like, why? Hold on.
Also butthole.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's funny. That's fine. People can handle a little butthole.
We can always censor it. If we
They are the butt faces. I think that would be extra weird. I was thinking that, and then I was like,
it's when people do that, I am like, are you fucking your cat?
I know. That weirds me out more. We're gonna cut that.
We'll see.
Oh my god. What were we talking about? So yeah, we went to high school together, and then we went to college together.
You are a year older than me.
1 year separated, which was absolutely tragic.
Torture!
Yeah. And then like another year and a half when you were in Denver or something. Was it 2 years?
No, I was in Denver
3?
for 3 years without you. I gave it my best shot in Denver. I certainly did.
Yeah.
But did anything really change or grow for me while I was there? No. And I think that actually really does tie into the why a lot for me. Like, without a community and your friends around, it's really hard to want to create.
Yeah.
Like, I had no motivation.
Yeah, I also had a hard time when I was in Denver, and I'm not exactly sure why, because
the ocean.
We were literally, like, part of the reason we moved out there was to work together, and we had an office, but it didn't have any windows. It was very small.
It was quite literally a closet.
Yeah,
so it
was
got really hot and suffocating in there, for sure.
And we did live with 6 people total, and
Yes.
everyone just wanted to party.
All the time.
Oop. And I worked at a brewery, so they gave us a lot of low-fill beer. So that didn't help the whole partying thing. Anyways.
You ever walk into your kitchen and there's 8 men freestyling to a YouTube free beat? Because I have.
Oh, man. So yeah, that didn't help with the creativity.
Although they were being quite creative.
They were.
It's
a different kind of creativity. And we did get creative with D&D.
Yes. Love D&D.
But yes, being around other creatives is great.
Part of why we're doing this
is
so that we can sort of connect with other people.
Mm-hmm.
A big thing that I want to incorporate into this podcast is like shouting out other artists and like talking about people that comment and stuff like that. I would really like to be able to form a community of artists around this
elevate
kind of discussion.
Others also.
And maybe at some point making a Discord if people want that, I think would be really fun. Let us know what you're thinking, and if
we'll
you
take
want...
it one step at a time.
Yeah, we're gonna make a channel. Well, we have a channel that we're gonna post this on, and we'll see what you guys think.
Yeah, leave us your comments, artists. We're looking for more artist friends, for sure,
and definitely wanting to shout out people that inspire us. Which I think really brings us to the what does inspire us and why are we making art? Like the real meat of the episode.
Yeah. The number one why I want to at least create content, not just create for myself, because I think I create for myself because I literally can't not do it. Like, I can't shut out the voices in my head, man. I gotta write it down. I will explode, I think. I saw a TikTok, and I can link it in the description.
Yeah.
But it was about creative hygiene and how sometimes a creative person, if they don't create constantly, it's like it'll cause you anxiety and you'll lash out and your daydreams will turn to nightmares, basically.
Our artsy-fartsy people will get constipated.
Yes. Creating is pooping. Yes. That's what that video is about, and I actually vibed with it a lot.
There's a reason it rhymes.
Yes.
Fart it out.
Yeah. That's why I love mass art, ass art so much.
Iconic.
When the M went out on the sign, I was there for that. And it was the best day of my life.
Can attest, I received the photo in real time.
But yeah, so creative hygiene, emotional and sort of art therapy. Yeah, I do art for therapy a lot of the time. Like, I think I wrote actually, I've written multiple books based off my traumatic experiences in life, and including dreams. Like, the book that I'm trying to publish right now, which I didn't mention in my projects because I don't know what to do with it currently. It's like basically finished and I don't know what to do with it. But
I feel like a lot of creatives honestly struggle with that. Like, what do I do once I finish something? Like,
I think, what was it? Kurt Vonnegut, who said to just create stuff and throw it away, like to write things and just rip it up and put it in different trashes. I feel like I've been on that level for a long time. Like,
yeah, at some point you gotta accept that something's done or that you want it to be finished and stick around. Yeah. Because you've done the work of throwing away the other things.
I've been doing that for a long... Like, I never want to share my stuff, usually. Almost ever. Like, I think I did when I was, like, a teenager, but for a long time, I have not done
I think
that.
Having a digital community is a lot more intimidating in some ways. Like, in high school, we were showing other high schoolers, like our friends, our art, and...
Not everyone in the whole world.
Yeah, not everyone in the whole world. Not just broadcasting it.
It's scary to me.
It is.
But yeah, so I create for myself just because I have to, mainly. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of inspiration from real life things and things in my mind. And like I was trying to say, I wrote the whole book based off of a nightmare. So I was like processing that and...
Pause for helicopter. Actually, one of our biggest projects was based off of one of your dreams in sort of an abstracted way. I think the concept for Rodan you had in a dream, sort of the idea of the human substance that gets you high, or like like an alien substance that would be... We'll get into it.
Yeah, I forgot that was a dream, honestly.
Yeah, no, I never did, because I was always like, wow, Ayla's having crazy dreams.
I do have crazy
My dreams are crazy, but not that kind. Like, they're not narrative in that way. They're just like, what if you had to carry a baby kitten in a folder across the subway? What if?
Yeah, Andy, my husband, is always telling me to make every dream I have into a story, and I'm like, girl, I don't have the time.
You don't have a time, but you should start a dream journal.
Yeah, I guess.
That is, like, at least. That's creative hygiene.
True.
Get that out.
Okay, I think that's...
Bless you to my downstairs neighbor.
Uncovering truths about myself. That's definitely another thing. Like, I think it's similar to working out traumas, but different also. Like, I can discover myself through creation. Also, this is a funny note, closest I'll ever get to God.
I feel like I think I had a similar note, to be honest.
So funny. I mean, you, especially as an animator, not especially. You are, it's the illusion of life. And I get so attached to my characters sometimes I feel like they're real people.
I do find that often when we're writing, it's like we're discovering these people that already exist.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I think if anyone has ever read not watched the movie Inkheart, because we're not going to talk about that. But if you've ever read the Inkheart trilogy, if you're hitting your early 30s, then you'll know they're reading like the writers in this world are sort of tapping into worlds that already exist, and the characters are presenting themselves to them. And I always feel like we're unfolding something that's real. We recently rewrote a character, and I was like, he was here like this the whole time, and we like put a weird coat on him. Like, I genuinely, I feel that way.
True.
So I totally get what you're saying. Like, they're there. They're real. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like, it's weird to say that because I'm not religious, really. Like, I guess I'm agnostic. Yeah. But I do actually feel not even like I'm a god, but close to God, which is weird. But anyway, I think that's the last, like, thing.
No, I always say to my partner, and, like, I'm, like, always joking a little bit, and I don't know how to phrase this in a way that's maybe like more podcast appropriate, but I was like, sometimes when I'm drawing, I'm like, the act of drawing is like sexual a little bit. Like I'm forming these lines of like a body, and especially, I don't know. It's not that like the human form is inherently sexual, but like forming, it's aesthetically pleasurable so much that like, you're like, I am getting some sort of, not literal sexual, but like, yeah, you just get that like intense level of like, wow, this is euphoria sometimes. Like,
yeah,
I guess like I never really felt like I was meant to do anything specifically. Like I wasn't born with like a inherent purpose like you. I am a atheist for sure, but I never felt like there was like some specific calling that I had. But I definitely feel like when I do art, I'm like, I am one with what I was supposed to be doing. My brain really wants this, like, so bad. Like, it's crazy. But I actually kind of feel like I'm, like, that we are two sides of the same coin in that way. Like, you are finding yourself through art, and I'm always like, I love beautiful things. I love beautiful things. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, that's something I've been dealing with lately is, like, is it wrong to just want to make pretty things? Like, I do have feelings about my art a lot, and I do want to say things often, but just sitting down and making an illustration, I'm not always trying to convey something groundbreaking. Sometimes I just want to say something simple in a beautiful way, and, like, that has to be okay. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, because, like, I love to make, like, a poster. And, like, sure, it might be something to me, but it doesn't have to be something to someone else. That's totally okay. I was recently unemployed for a literal full calendar year, and making art, I know, whew, thank God that hell's over. Making art during that time was like working out, I would say. Kind of like medicinal, almost. Feels wrong, feels bad. Like, you're like, this is the hugest waste of my time. Like, I should literally be dedicating every ounce of my time to, like, especially if you're like me and you're not making particularly marketable art. We're both animators. We struggle with the gallery scene and, like, art fairs and art markets and stuff. That's not really a scene for animators. Obviously, you can make prints and stuff like that, but just, it's a little bit harder to ease into and not something that we've had particularly like training on through college or anything like that. So
Mass Arts animation program was also questionable, I'll say.
Yeah. I wouldn't know what's changed since like 2019, 2018, but I will say at the time that I was attending, someone sent a 19-page like letter that was looked over by a lawyer that was like, you're not giving us an education that is up to date, that is promised in what we sign when we join Mass Art. Just, it depends on what major you're going for.
We're not here to shit on Mass Art.
No, not at all. I actually think that I do want to do an episode about college and like what our experience was and did you think it was worth it? Because just briefly, having access to studios and other creatives and stuff like that, like even if we didn't have, we had to pay for materials and stuff, of course, but like
being around other artists, being forced to create on a weekly basis. Yeah, just a lot. Just a lot of that is very useful, even if you aren't learning literally anything at all. Which I did learn stuff, but even if you were to have not learned anything at all, there is still benefits to the act of college, of course. So yeah, making art while unemployed was really tough because I literally felt like I shouldn't be doing it. And then at the same time felt like there was nothing else I should be doing. Like I have nothing but free time to be pouring it into like my true passion. So that was really interesting. Which we did.
We did. And I think that's when we started Walloo, and it really helped me emotionally. And yeah, like just mentally getting my shit together. And I think it actually helped when I got a job. I just feel way more well-rounded than I have previously in my life.
Me too.
Yeah.
Even though I had a full-time job the whole time, which is art-related.
In the career, that you went to college for, let's be clear, that is so impressive and you deserve your flowers and your accolades. Like, I think that's so cool. Yeah, you can look up Ayla on IMDb. Just saying. That's pretty fucking cool. And it's not just one credit, it's a 2. It's a 2. How did it feel to get those careers and find that you still want your own path? Like, you still want to keep working on your own stuff? Because I know in college a lot of people did talk about, like, I don't even think I want to make my own stuff. I think I just want to like be able to process my artistic ability for someone else. And I think that's okay too, but it's interesting to see what is it like when that doesn't work for you, like when you still want to keep working on something else.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because I think this doing our own stuff was always my real dream, like creating Rodon. I think I went to college with the idea of forming my own animation company, and then I knew that I would need more tools and experience in order to do that. So I was hoping to get like into a career of something art or film related. So my first job was on a film production, which wasn't animation. And then I just got extremely lucky finding an animation job that I work from home because I was going to move to LA and I don't want to live in LA, which is such a struggle for animators and artists and creatives in general, or anyone.
We are lucky. Boston is okay in the animation industry as far as other major cities go, because honestly, for most of the creative industry, you literally have no choice but to move to LA.
Yeah, but even with Boston and New York so close,
it's still tough.
Well, they're expensive to live near, for never mind in. So anyway, as grateful as I am for those jobs, it does just feel like treading water a little bit. I feel like I've made progress, but slow progress. And I have to constantly remind myself that it's good. I'm glad to have those jobs. Yeah, the main goal has always been to independently create art. I just know that you need to make money also. Yeah. And I don't know when we'll start making money off of this.
Yeah.
Which is always the struggle as an artist.
I do feel like this is the first time that we've like actively put our effort into not just planning and like trying to do something that is going to like get one foot off the ground for us, which is, I don't know, I feel like a big move. I feel like a lot of people are kind of feeling that for 2026. Like, I'm not huge on New Year's like the New Year, New Me thing. Like, I mean, it's fun to say. Yeah. But, like, I do think it's just kind of coincidental, the timing for us.
Well, we've been trying.
We've been trying.
Well, a long time, but, like, we were planning.
Yeah.
Like, heavy planning in November at least.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that the creative process doesn't take a lot of time, because it does. It definitely does. And I didn't want to rush anything, but I'm really proud of us for making moves. Like, nothing is perfect. Honestly, we could probably put in footage of what my bedroom looks like right now, but we're just going for it. And like, it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, which is really hard for me. I think both of us are kind of perfectionists in different ways, which is clashing often, like really hard. Sure. And I know a lot of people struggle with that, like what is good enough. And especially when you're putting stuff on the internet, it does feel like,
especially with art, it's like a window into your soul. And it's like, okay, is my soul dirty? Yeah, is my soul kind of grubby? Do you like the background of my soul, or like, is it well lit enough? Because I know it's not. It's not.
My soul could use a lamp.
Go fund my soul. Oh, the starving artist is such a true conundrum.
Yeah. And even in college, I would say that we were not well received for our ideas. Not like, I just feel like teachers and stuff were like, you need to have a more realistic plan. And that's totally fair as far as money, but it's totally okay to dream. I feel like right now, like, culture is like, we're in a tough place, and hoping and dreaming is like one of the only things left, and they are trying to take it away from you. I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was like students writing down what they want in the future, like their wildest dream. And it was like, one person wrote that they wanted to be a basketball player, and one person wrote that they wanted to be a musician, and every other person was like, God, I hope I win the lottery. And they're in like 4th grade or some shit. That's crazy. So I feel like it's radical right now to like actually follow your dreams and say, hey, I'm gonna make it work. I'm lucky enough that I work a part-time job and my partner and I can still somewhat pay our bills. Not saying that money's not a struggle. And you're working a full-time job and making it work. And that's definitely something we'll talk about and touch on, I think, for sure. Is like how to find a balance and how to find a routine, and will you stick to it?
That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we could talk about that for a while, because we've been trying this. Like, let me be clear, we've known each other for 12 years. I think we started making stuff together within 6 months of knowing each other.
Yeah.
And it was Adventure Time OCs.
I was going to say, just fan art stuff at first.
Just fan art, but that turned pretty quickly, and honestly, that could be our segue into to inspirations, because
totally.
I would say that around the time that we met, Adventure Time was already started. Let me be clear. Adventure Time started when I was in 7th or 8th grade. So by the time we met, it was well in. But we both watched it and loved it. And Steven Universe was coming out for the first time when we started hanging out. So I know that our whole friend group made birth month gemstone OCs, and we had...
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. They were called the Crystal Gems.
Knockoff Crystal Gems.
This was so well before any of the plot was revealed. Like, mine was a diamond, and we didn't know anything about diamonds at all. We wrote music for it. Like, it was crazy.
Like, so many people wrote music for it. I think, like, 4 or 5 out of 10 of us or something, like, and I'm not really a musician.
No, none of us are like,
You're
well,
not.
I'm not,
I mean,
wouldn't consider myself a musician.
We technically made an album. It was really bad. It was a joke.
Yeah, we've dabbled. You know.
But yeah, it was a great time.
It was really fun. It was interesting to see how that made us want to be creative on so many different levels. Like, so major inspiration there, and definitely was kind of the push. I know you were already going into animation, but I was like, okay, I could actually see a career in this now. Like, this is so fun.
Wholesome and cute. Like,
the Renaissance.
The love.
the Cartoon Network Renaissance.
Total love. We were all like, should I talk about our weird incestuous friend group?
Yeah, I honestly think that's so heavily intertwined.
Well, it did. I think artists are like free love people. And that, I think, it kind of...
a buddingly queer friend group.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, that, like, everyone's trying to figure that out.
And
oh my
all
gosh.
Teenagers, like, everyone was like, oh, I have a crush on this person,
Yeah.
and this person has a crush on me. And
somehow we were expressing that through Steven Universe OCs.
and more.
And I think that really bubbled and boiled over once we did a Madoka rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
All together, and everyone made Magical Girl OCs.
Yeah.
And that was our first real serious project together, because the Magical Girl OCs, they weren't just Madoka witches. They were, what if we were magical girls? Like, let's write a story.
In our own universe.
Yeah. And we wrote our own rules. And that turned into our first major project.
Yeah. Should we dead name it?
Let's dead name it.
It was, Suicide Club.
We
Trigger
were
word.
in junior and senior year of high school, let's be clear.
Yeah,
Emo
going
phase.
Going through it.
It's hard to be a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everyone who's a teenager right now. I feel like that probably blows.
Yeah, and when I tell you hit 24 and you're like, huh?
You're like, oh shit, the cogs in my brain.
Yeah.
My advice to teenagers is that, like, things could be so much worse and you'll never feel as bad as you did about,
True.
like, less intense things in high school. Like, everything was world ending for me. And so I think we were processing that a lot. And I honestly am like, sometimes, am I less creative now than I was in high school? Because I was so emotionally, like, outpouring all the time, and art is so emotional.
True. I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true, but it is.
It feels that way sometimes.
It's different. And obviously when we've both taught, and when you see children creating art, it has such a, like,
it's more raw.
It's more raw. It's fun.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's different.
We have a lot of hesitations as adults.
I think we're also more intellectual now.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, not to say Suicide Club was good.
Exactly.
It wasn't. Let me be clear. It was not.
It was pretty much a ripoff of Madoka.
It was.
Yeah.
And, like, a couple other things that we had seen. And it was super stereotypical in a lot of ways. Like, we have very limited life experiences, especially as high schoolers in Massachusetts. Like,
it was very similar to our lives, but with drama.
Yeah, and, like,
more drama.
Us making our friends kiss.
Yeah.
Sort of like playing The Sims.
Hi. Bringing it back to, I literally have notes about Madoka Magica and Adventure Time on here also.
Perfect.
So I said, I think a lot of content such as Madoka Magica and Adventure Time are good because they deceive you at first. Like, you think it's one silly, cute, innocent thing, and hello.
Girl, lay down.
And the more you learn about the characters and the world, the more you realize there's just so much more to it, and the lore goes crazy, and it affects everything in the world instead of just the little characters bubble that you thought it was about. There's also involving love stories, tragedy, intertwined in some cases, like real life themes, adult themes, I mean, Madoka's more adult than Adventure Time for sure.
But Adventure Time has Fiona and Cake now.
Yeah. Because Adventure Time grew up with its audience, which is so beautiful. Like,
and so did Avatar, and I feel like people it gets a lot of flack for it, but I honestly, I mean, Korra is very teenager coded, so if you're not a teenager, I'm not surprised if you don't like it, but I did watch it as a teenager after watching Atla younger. Yeah. I think you gotta meet people where they're at. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of why I'm less mad when people are like, I like the Barbie movie, or like, the new Frankenstein, I really did like, but I thought it's hammering its point in for you, and we're meeting people where they're at right now.
Yeah. I think there are stories that I really enjoy that have metaphors that are commentary on things in real life or about real life, like Handmaid's Tale and Hunger Games, which are cautionary tales about what happens when the government has too much control. I love stories like that, and you will see that inspiration in Supernova, which also is inspired by Suicide Club. Heavily.
Yeah. I would say I grew up reading a lot of survivalist books for children, like Boxcar Kids and like My Side of the Mountain and stuff like that. Those were all critiques. Yeah, The Hatchet. Love that. And I feel like I was often radicalized by the things that I was reading, even if they weren't direct critiques of something. It's because of the author's lived in experience. And lately that's also something I've been thinking about, is like, why us talking? What's the point of us talking? Like, who would want to listen to us? And then I think, why do I care what Stephen King thinks? Like, I don't. Let's be clear. I don't. But I like to read his books. Why do I care what my favorite podcasters are talking about? They're not talking about really anything. Like, you can go through a Reddit post, or you can talk with your brother and your brother and you. And it's just chit chat. And I still feel like I'm gaining knowledge about the human experience. And I think that's why both of us are so drawn to narrative media so much. And we are working on a short form media. I mean, I guess more timeline of Walloo. In college, we started working on a webcomic that we did long form. And that proved to be too much, like, during college, to be honest. We burnt ourselves out really bad. And it did have an impact on our friendship, because we are both tied into productivity and our work really hard and really emotionally connected to what we work on, and it was tough. And then now we're figuring out that balance, and we're trying something shorter, and I think that's a real big challenge on our narrative skills, because a lot of the things that you're listing, well, maybe not Madoka, but a lot of the things that you're talking about are longer running formats, and I think that creating a short form is something that we're trying now, and the podcast, I'm hoping, will help with that, because we're sort of taking a concept and making it a little, like, you know, here's your lunch break or your commute. Think about this with us. So we're working on something called Carton Kid right now. It's going to be 7 or 8 episodes, I think. Really short, compact, sweet.
Short episodes. Real, like, heavily
inspired by Over the Garden Wall, but not the same way as when we were in high school and just ripping things straight off the screen.
Yeah, Carton Kid is about a girl who wants to find a missing person, but then when she finds a missing person, she realizes, oh, that's not what I wanted, basically, without giving anything away. Yeah. And it's sci-fi kids horror in the same way that Over the Garden Wall is.
Coraline, Paranorman, stuff like
oh
that. A lot of the things that we love.
Brings me back to my other inspirations. But also, we love Hunger Games so much.
Yeah, we could do a whole episode on Hunger Games, and we probably will.
Oh my god.
Especially when the new movie comes out.
Yeah,
holy cow.
I'm so excited. We should just, like, have a reaction video to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, brings me back to other inspiration. Paranorman, Coraline, and Spirited Away.
Absolutely.
I love those stories so much. I think we all do. I feel like they're stories about not being afraid in general, and including magic in your life even as you get older. Also, not being afraid of the unknown and facing it with maturity. Maybe also with Spirited Away, not being afraid of hard work or not being whiny or just being brave. I don't know.
I think a lot of it actually is, like, I've been in therapy recently, started that up again, and a lot of what she tells me is, like, just do it scared. And I think that's what being brave is a lot of the times. Totally. And I think that's a lesson that is useful for children and teenagers and adults. Like, something that we need to learn over and over again, because it's so unpleasant to feel And I think that's what art is also good for. Like, we both love horror movies and stuff like that. Why make yourself uncomfortable on purpose? But it's like to think about something and to process something. Like, why do we have scary dreams? Like, we don't really know. But part of what they think is, like, we're processing a concept that could happen. Like, what would you do if that happened to you? And I think that that's part of, like, what art is like, we don't really know, but what would you do?
Yeah.
You know? Think about that. Like,
art is also, like, play.
Yeah. It's posing questions. It's like playing house as a kid. Yeah. A lot of the time.
I was just thinking about that Bluey episode where she's, like, processing... I don't know if it's a bug dying or like something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, no, I want you to say exactly what you said in real life. Because they're like trying to like play and like be silly. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Do exactly what you said in real life.
Yeah.
But she's still playing. Like she's reenacting to process.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a huge art thing.
We've written arguments into our shows and just taken a side, each of us, and lived out that argument. And I don't think that it was like about stuff in our life, but I don't think that we like we let things thread in, you know? And I think that's sort of what like acting is, not that we're actors, but just letting yourself get in that headspace, I have to imagine, is sort of like a barrier of entry with art, is letting yourself be cringe. Be cringe.
Oh my God, seriously.
And that is so hard coming from someone who has spent their whole life being like, I'm so embarrassed about everything. And that's part of why we're doing the podcast, is like, be yourself, be authentic, death to cringe, fuck AI.
Yeah.
Reconnect with art. I feel like we've been over and over just giggling and being like, we're in our art renaissance period. Everything's lining up. And I really do feel that way.
I mean, the Hunger Games second trilogy is coming out right now.
Vocaloid got popular again.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I feel like there was another thing. Oh, Fiona and Cake!
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thinking about how we could still work on Adventure Time, which is literally why we went to college.
I know. Yeah.
That's crazy. I was watching the guy who makes Phineas and Ferb talk about it, and he said his team is only 60 people, and I was like, I know that animation is small in my head, but I'm like, dang! It's so hard to do. What do you mean, only 60 people?
They are probably outsourcing.
They do, the in-betweens
Sadly,
yeah.
like...
Well, I think most places do that at this point. I know Steven Universe did that too, and so does Bob's Burgers. And I love Bob's Burgers, but that's why they eat the tacos weird. In that one episode. It's because the animators were like, I don't think I know what this is.
That's so funny.
Talk about inspirations. I love family, like wholesome found family. Well, Bob's Burgers is real family, but anything with found family and family emphasis definitely gets me. I feel like artists are often seeking community because we are sort of gifting our emotions to like the public. I'm capturing an experience that I'm having so that you can have this experience. I'm really inspired by video games. I think just that's sort of narrative times 1,000. Not always, but I find myself very inspired. I also like to 3D animate.
There's so many good video games.
3D model. 3D animating is actually hell. But yeah,
it's not too bad.
Okay, so you can 3D animate the models that I make. Yeah, I think in terms of video games a lot because I just enjoy playing them so much. I love getting put into a story like that. When VR got popular, I was like, this is it for me. This is my calling. I'm going to make VR games for the rest of time. And I didn't, but I still have some ideas in there. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I'm doing this year is learning Blender. I don't know if you have any artistic resolutions that you'd like to share, but...
Yeah, my only artistic resolution was to create a creative schedule and stick to it because of posting online is really stressful and hard for me, and I am not prepared for that without a rigid schedule. So I did that and I feel much better about it, but I was having heart palpitations while I was thinking about it before I made the schedule.
Can confirm. It was like from like the beginning of the day to the end of the day, like a big shift in just getting that done was very helpful. Mm-hmm.
But this is the first week that I'm like starting it.
I still need to film my About Me video that I have scripted, but I have noticed that the more that we do this and the more that we create, the more creative I feel. The more ideas I have, they're churning. The holidays were really hard. Yeah. Not working on stuff. I felt like I was like completely cutting off a part of myself and it was crazy. And I was still working on stuff. Yeah.
You're just working on stuff we didn't really want to be working on. Even though we did want to, it's just like not the it's not furthering our careers in any way.
Yeah. So definitely we'll have an episode about being addicted to productivity, because I definitely think we are, which is a total change though from the end of college, beginning of when we moved to Denver.
We were rebelling.
Against
Hard.
ourselves.
Yeah.
I felt so burnt out after college, art college.
Yes.
I think balance is so big, and taking time for yourself. You do need to brew creatively sometimes. But then I think once you start getting really jealous of other people's stuff, you're like, you gotta get back to work.
Yeah. It is such a balance. It's such a hard thing to balance, I think. Because, you don't want to push yourself too hard.
Yeah.
But you do want to push yourself.
Yeah. So some of the things that we're going to talk about moving forward, like our sort of foundation of the things that we think about and make, we talked it over and divided it into 5 sections: animation, storytelling, the creative process, art media, not just social media, but including social media, sort of advertising, stuff like that. Even like galleries, stuff like that. I know that's not a huge thing that we do, but we are talking about going to like a con later in the year, so that's something we'll definitely want to talk about the process of. That'll be really fun.
We have a wide range of artistic interests, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I honestly think one of the things that we struggle with is picking a niche, so these are pretty broad categories, I'll admit.
I just love art so much. That's why I picked animation in the first place. It gets me fired up.
Yeah, you can put your foot into every little, finger into every pie. That's what it is. It's like I want to be able to do everything, and animation is a little bit of everything, and we both do a lot of multimedia art and just have multimedia ideas, I would say.
Shout out to Gumball.
Yes, we love Gumball. Big inspiration there. And then the last one is self-management, because that's something that really drives us, is wanting to start our own company.
Yeah.
And also just self-management on a more basic level, like routines and stuff.
Yeah, I think we talked about a little bit of each of those already on this podcast.
I think you can kind of tell that that's sort of the things that drive us.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, I love to see when it reflects like that. And some of the things that you have to look forward to as far as topics that we do want to talk about in the future. I mean, obviously, we'll probably want to do breakdowns of all of our projects, let you guys get to know those a little bit better. Something that I am really excited to talk about is that niche, the thing that we just talked about, feeling, are you a jack of all trades, master of none? I certainly hate that phrase so very much. I want to talk on that. Needing a niche in both art and social media, really hard.
Yeah.
Something I don't love. We'll definitely talk about the death of cringe, how that pertains to sort of aging in different generations, how millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha treat each other, short form content, and how brain rot and attention spans, what people are thinking about that. I know I have opinions on that. I'm really geared up and ready to talk about all this stuff. What are some of the
yapping?
Yeah. What are some of the episodes you're excited about?
I'm kind of excited about the productivity, scheduling, and previous attempts at balance, because I think we're going to talk about the history of how we got here. And I know there's definitely some references that we can shout out, because we've not been doing this on our own. There's a lot of YouTubers that we can shout out in that one. Finding things that inspire you, things you vibe with, things you like, that's easy and so fun. And we're just going to be talking about our favorite stuff, which is great.
Love to do that.
Ooh, this year being a good year for social media, I think, but like not in the way that we've known it. The rise of crafting, hobbies, not being fake. Like, I feel like this is I don't know. I'm excited in that way. Like, I feel like it's a good year for authentic creators, which I think is helping us be less scared, because we've always thought we had to present ourselves in this perfect way. And I don't know. I'm just excited for that.
No, I really agree. I'm excited to be authentically ourselves.
And not stress about having everything be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, representation in media is a good one also.
Yeah, very excited to talk about that.
We love that.
We definitely want to have guest stars on the podcast to talk about things with us. I know my younger brother runs a podcast, runs a webcomic, and it's going strong, and he's really proud of it, so I definitely want to be able to talk to other artists about things like that. We'll definitely be grabbing our college friends and maybe from long form have someone call in and we'll see how it goes. And maybe even have like fans or other people in the community calling in, and if they want to talk and chat about art stuff, I would really love to be able to create an open line of communication with everyone.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think to close up, I have some questions for you, Ayla, and then I'll answer them myself. But I saw this TikTok trend like literally probably like 3 years ago, and I love it so much. It's the Weekly Report, which is an acronym for reading, eating, playing, obsessing, recommending, and treating. So I know we don't read too much, the two of us, but I know that you recently actually put down, DNF'd The Road, and I thought maybe we could get your opinion on that. I would love that. I think it's actually important to DNF books when they aren't speaking. What is DNF? Did not finish.
Oh.
I think that it's a time suck to finish a book that you don't like and isn't speaking to you, and I feel like people aren't talking about that. I think it's important to read, yeah, but like read stuff that speaks to you. So I just wanted, maybe we could tune in on that and then we'll go down the line.
Sure. Fuck The Road. We'll censor that. Just kidding.
That's the title.
Okay,
The Road.
Listen. First of all, I watched the movie first, which is never the best order to do things.
Disagree, because I always like the book better, so the movie won't stand a chance if I've read the book first. But I like that we disagree.
That's interesting. Yeah, I love reading books before movies because it's the better version, then I can like dissect the movie because I always do that, regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's a good point. It does make
I'll watch the movie twice.
That's like the best way.
Movie.
I guess that is the best way. Yeah. Or, like, knowing about the movie and then reading the book and then watching the movie. Yeah. I think, like, seeing a trailer for the movie.
I did read The Long Walk before I watched it, and I thought that the ending change... I wouldn't have liked the ending change as much, I think, if I hadn't read the book first. So I do think what you're saying has value, obviously. Yeah. It's almost case by case.
Yeah, true. Anyways, the movie I thought was very depressing. I mean, the first time I watched it, I thought it was really good. I think I was a lot younger and probably more emotionally unstable, so I really enjoyed how depressing it was. And then later on in life, rewatching it with my husband, I was like, ooh, I actually feel bad making him watch this. It almost felt like Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh no. Yeah.
Which Grave of the Fireflies is
watch.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome, and is depressing for good reasons.
Yeah.
The Road is a deep, dark poetry thing, I feel like, to me. And I enjoy it for, like, the thoughts it gave me. At least the movie, I did not, as stated, did not finish the book. And I think that's because of just the way it was written, maybe. But also that it was a combination because it was so depressing.
Yeah.
And it was written like poetry. And I'm not a huge poetry person. So I think that's what, like, made me slow to a stop, combined with it being depressing. And there's not a lick of hope in that book or movie.
So fair. And
not even a spark.
It's just not the right time for that. And I think we did touch on that earlier in the podcast. Like, it's more of a time for finding hope.
Yeah, I think any bit of media, normally any media that I consume needs to have a spark of hope, which The Hunger Games is a prime example of.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what did it for me with the book.
What have you been eating lately that has been sparking joy for you?
Oh my gosh.
And
fart and art are so related.
And you have a chef husband, so he's doing art in the kitchen.
Yeah. And his resolution was to cook more and make more food, like learn more about making food, so that's fun for me.
That'll be a delight.
He made vegan chili, which I'm still eating. He made it like right after Christmas and I'm still eating it. And because it's vegan, it doesn't go bad as fast.
Yeah,
so
delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. Hopefully it's still good when I eat it tonight. That's brought me some joy. He also made pizza from scratch for my whole family.
Oh.
Which was so cute.
That's so adorable.
Yeah, and they were all loving it. He made like a meat one for the meat people, for the omnivores, I should say. Everyone's made of meat. He made a gluten-free one for my one gluten-free cousin.
Aw,
a whole pizza just for her.
That's so cute.
And a vegan pizza. Vegan, vegetarian, meat lovers, gluten-free. 4 pizzas. Something for everyone. I know.
We love Andy.
Yeah, and the vegan pizza was the best. And then the last thing that I'm eating and loving is fruit, which I never ate before, really. Like, I never was one to like fruit. And then recently I was like, it's like dessert that's healthy for you. I've been really enjoying raspberries. I've always been a berry person.
Have you been playing any board, video, tabletop games? What have you been into gaming-wise or play in your life?
Well, because we're big board game people. Everyone knows us as board game people now, which is so funny because
It's so cute.
I hated board games for most of my
Yeah.
life also, just like fruit. I recently I don't even know how recent, definitely post 2020. I feel like it's a very recent thing for me.
I feel like, yeah. I think it's just a reconnecting almost post 2020.
I started to enjoy games because I think it's just a fun way to get everyone to board games, to get everyone together and interacting without a screen.
Yeah.
Not So Neighborly, which I don't think I played any of these new ones with you.
Oh, exciting. I can't wait for board game night.
It's so fun. Not So Neighborly is so cute. It's just like little card game that you build a little neighborhood and you sabotage each other's neighborhoods.
I love that already.
And Andy beat me twice in a row the other night, which was really upsetting. He's
secretly
really good. And then they got us Wonderland Flux, and we played that 2 days ago or something. And it was really different from Zombie Flux, which was surprising.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be... I just was thinking because your wedding was sort of themed. I was like, it's perfect because you got married this year. Like
this mask, I don't know if you can see the mask, but the mask is from my wedding. We did a lot of crafting for that, and I think I'm making a YouTube video about that.
Yeah, your wedding was so cute and so great. I had such a good time.
Kyra has a lot of art credits in the wedding. Thank goodness for her.
Okay. Obsessing.
I think the only thing I've kind of been obsessing about is like this kind of a little bit, like as much as I've been allowing myself to, because like just creating in general and creating for fun and for like the greater good of us and our future.
Yeah.
Which is something it's very easy for me to obsess over.
Yeah.
So I actually have to calm myself down a lot from that. Like I
fair.
literally started working on Supernova again like 2 days ago or something, and I was like, oh, I'm suffocating. I can't do anything else. I can't sleep. I can't eat.
Within the balance, because when you're working on multiple creative projects, you're like, how do I balance those within each other on top of balancing the creativity of my life?
And they feed into each other. As soon as I get inspired for one thing, I'm like, oh my God, I want to do another thing. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God. But yeah.
And it's like a nice window into the future to like work on this stuff, I think. And that's kind of nice right now when the future is feeling tough.
Yeah. We have to have something to look forward to out here.
What would you recommend this week or this bi-weekly?
Like like just in general?
Anything. Anything.
What would I recommend?
What are you vibing with?
What's my advice for the week?
Yeah, what's your advice for the week? I like that.
I guess don't forget to leave room for self-care.
That's a good one. I think after the holidays, super important.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. I think both of my resolutions were kind of feeding into that because I'm making a schedule for a workout and I'm making a schedule for creativity, and I'm trying to stick to those things because I think when I don't have schedules for those, I can either completely stop those things, which is bad for me, or I can get too obsessive about them, which is also bad for me. It's hard for me to find moderation in general. And I know that's like the key to life. Well, obsessive personality.
Totally ties into the last one, which is how have you been treating yourself? Like, what's been your treat lately?
I've been letting myself drink more coffee.
That's
which is, I think, weird, but...
I mean, I'm going to run down it
Interview yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to interview myself. I mean, I guess you can look at it with me, but... Reading, I haven't started it yet, but I actually, for Christmas, got myself and my dad the same book, Anthony Bourdain's A Cook's Tour. It's like a memoir. It's one of his memoirs. He's written a few. We both watched his show a lot when I was growing up, and my dad likes to cook and I like to cook, so I was like, we'll do a book club. So that was one of my Christmas gifts to him. Really excited to read that. As far as my last, DNF, I think... I need to restart The Maid, because I was reading that after I watched the show, which I love, really resonated with me, like, really heavily. Have watched it probably, like, 5 times, honestly, like, just on loop. It's, really? Like, kind of a comfort show, which is fucked up, because it's, like, sad and also someone's life, but, like, I don't know, it really, every time I watch it, I'm like, oh my god, human resiliency, the power of human strength and, like, love, and, like, you will find a community. Like, that is truly... Wow. Anyway, it's so good. So I really want to read the book again. I DNF'd it just because I got distracted, I think. But I would like to get back into that. Eating. Also fruit. I have been getting so into sumo oranges right now because they're in season. I've been doing, like, I'll melt a little chocolate in the microwave, put that on some coconut or on the orange. That's really good. Letting myself eat sandwiches. Because I sometimes am like, sandwiches are unhealthy, and then why? Because I can just put vegetables on them.
Yeah.
And I love sandwiches. They're the perfect food.
They are.
I think if I had to only eat one more food for the rest of time, sandwiches.
That and pizza, if you ask me.
That's fair. But yeah, I also just, like, rice and broth, baby. Love that. I'm not a huge soup person. Like, I don't know what it is when there's too many ingredients. I start to lose interest. The simpler the soup, the more likely I'll eat it. So a rice and broth moment has been really nice. I made way too much turkey broth after Thanksgiving, so that's been in my freezer. And
we have so much too.
Yeah. It's a plague of the people that like to preserve. Like, they're like, oh, I can't, well, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not just going to throw it away.
I'm like, Andy, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah, playing. Well, I've been playing the new Katamari game. I literally don't remember what it's called. It's like historical, quote unquote, eras that you're rolling through with your little Katamari ball. But it's like really silly. It's been like the Ice Age, the Stone Age, the Water Age, like, go to the ocean and there's pirates, and I'm like, that's not an era of history. Like, where's the Renaissance? Anyway, but I love it. Yeah, I love Katamari, so that's, like, actually genuinely always been really inspiring for me. I love the art style. It makes me want a 3D model. I'm super excited about that. I also have been playing Ransom Note, and that's been really fun. I love the silly answers. I love board games also. I like when we get to have a board game night. One of my resolutions this year is to host more, so I'll definitely be doing that more often. But we have a huge cabinet of board games, so. Obsessing Fallout. The new Fallout show is coming out, season 2 right now, and Fallout is one of my all-time favorite things, so... You bet your ass I'm obsessing over the Fallout show. I literally mentioned it to my therapist. I was like, well, today's a good day because Fallout premiered yesterday. I really like it. I know that there's this, like, meme of Fallout fans beating up Fallout fans while Fallout fans watch. And it's, like, kind of just a joke about the infighting. And I am definitely the watching one because I'm like, I just love it. Like, I'm here. I'm happy. Always obsessed with Adventure Time for always and ever. Yep. But that Fiona and Cake season, controversial opinion, stunk butts up, except for, like, the last season. I mean, episode. I think and a half, like, pretty much.
The last, like, 3 episodes I liked, or 4 maybe.
What did they do to Marceline and Bubblegum? Why is he like? Why are they like? I'm so anyway. I can't get into it. Obsessing over how much I don't like the what became of them. Yeah. Sorry, Natasha Allegri. I really enjoy what you did originally, but why isn't he an evil scientist? Kind of as a baker. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's just, I agree. I agree with everything said.
Recommending, ooh, this is tough. Advice, I guess, also, is how I'll take it. Recommending getting the right amount of sleep and then actually eating 3 meals. I know that's stupid. I know that's stupid. Yeah, and it's similar to what Ayla said, but it does feel better. It turns out that you don't need to nap all the time if you're eating 3 meals a day. When you put off eating and then you go, it's fine, I'm just gonna lay down, that's because you're hungry. Just treating yourself right, making time to, like, go outside is a really good one. Forcing yourself to do things that you don't really want to do because they will replenish your cup. They will. It feels like a chore, and then you it kind of is, but actually it's making you less tired.
And that feels really good after.
Yeah. And that's crazy to me because I expect everything to make me exponentially more tired, which is my least favorite thing to be. And these things actually make you feel more energetic. Yeah. And so that's crazy. So I recommend that. Trying that.
Yeah.
Try treating yourself nice so that you have energy. Treating, gosh, I mean, definitely still the sumo oranges because they're kind of expensive if we're being real. Coming back to the oranges. And then also just treating myself to like, yeah, I am saving money right now, but if I want to buy a little bit of a fun art supply, it's for like something that I love. It's okay. Buy yourself a fun little art supply.
That's a business expense, baby.
That's a business expense. And that's what my treat myself is, a little business expense. I got a new job and I get 30% off. So if I want to buy myself a little art supply, God forbid, you know what I mean? So that's my treat. Treat yourself, literally. I know 30% is amazing. So and in this case, it's just paint, but that's okay. I'm not a painter, so
it's a treat.
That's why it's a treat, and that's why it's a treat.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much the end of the ep. It's getting dark, and I don't have a lamp. Took a day off of work to record this, and I still felt like I was doing positive work, and I don't feel like I scheduled it off. I didn't like call out. Let me be clear, responsible adult. With my part-time job, but I'm really excited to be putting in the work for this. I feel like that's the theme of the year is like be yourself and do it. Go do it.
Don't be too scared. Just be the right amount of scared.
Yeah, just do it the right amount of scared.
Yeah.
And we love you.
Yeah.
And
butt faces.
And I guess this week's shout out is gonna be Fiona and Cake because we talked about it so many times. But if you would like to be featured with your art on here, I feel like talk to us because we want to promote other creative people. Mm-hmm. And that is gonna be a big thing, is just putting links at the end. Today we'll also probably link to our own pages.
Yeah.
But
and whatever else we talked about.
And whatever else we talked about. You'll see. It's in the bar. It's down there.
Down there.
Down there. And if you're listening and not watching, go check out the YouTube for links. Yeah, have a great day, you guys. Be creative. Woo! Woo! You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, right round.
I love that.